Hi guys, welcome back to my channel Confessions of a Gaming Mum. So it's Wednesday today, it is very windy. I think I'm the only person that actually slept through the sort of gale force winds that were knocking the house last night, because my mum said she didn't get a lot of sleep and my husband's saying he didn't either. So, but I was like, no, it didn't wake me up at all. I only noticed it when we woke up this morning. It's super windy though, so but it does mean that any sort of clouds that are in the sky have kind of been blown away, so it's kind of like silver lining, I guess. But yes, so a few little updates. When I ended the video yesterday and I said about the fact we still have no internet here, about an hour or so later my husband got a call from Cosmo, the company who were meant to be sorting out the internet about a month ago, and they still haven't. Saying, oh, our engineer's on his way but he doesn't know where your house is. So my husband had to give directions, which he was then relaying back to the driver in Greek. So and the guy kind of rocked up and we're like, oh fantastic, it means we're going to be getting the internet today. Kind of poked his head out the car, looked at the box or whatever for where the cables are, and said, cool, we'll be back next week. So, what? So you literally came here to look at the cable and now you're gone. And basically, yeah, what we think it was that he was like on his way to another job, because apparently because of like COVID restrictions and stuff, they can only do like 1 or 2 jobs a day, because obviously being like contaminated and risk of spreading and stuff. So so yes, obviously that's why he didn't get out of the car. He just stayed in his car, either on his way or back from another job or whatever. So so yeah, because they can only do 1 or 2 jobs a day, they have to book you in. So we're currently booked in for next Tuesday, for him to come around and sort out the internet and connect us. But they did say that if he gets any cancellations, please be by your phone, and we'll let you know. So latest it's going to be, hopefully nothing else screws up, is Tuesday. So possibly could be earlier, we just don't know. I mean, it's incredibly frustrating for my husband because he's used now all his data allowance on his phone, and it's costing him like £2-3 a day to actually use his phone. He's currently using his work phone to connect to work, so obviously it's not costing him so much, but obviously it's with his personal phone, it's costing him money, because he tried to use it a few times on his work, on his laptop, but it just wiped out his data, which is super annoying. So yeah, so the sooner we get the internet the better. There's also the thing, I can't remember if I said anything about it, but basically it doesn't even look like Greece is going to be coming out of lockdown on the 30th like we thought, because the cases are still, the numbers aren't really going down. So again, it's kind of like just umming and ahhing and like people speculating about stuff. So we've not had official confirmation that it's not going to finish on November the 30th, but what we kind of get the gist of is that it'll kind of be like what we have in England, in terms of lockdown will finish and then certain areas will be told if they're coming out of it or not, so it'll go back to being like region based, which will mean that Crete will probably come out of lockdown, because Crete has barely any cases, especially here there's nothing. But Athens and Thessaloniki, I think, are some of the worst hit. So we'd be going from somewhere that's no longer in lockdown to somewhere that is in lockdown. So we're kind of in that frame of mind at the moment, that we're just going to have to wait till November the 30th to see what sort of state Athens is in. And then if they're still in lockdown, we'll have to see if we can change our ferry to be literally the day before we fly or the day we fly, because obviously it would be an overnight ferry. So we'd arrive 6 o'clock in the morning and our flight is at 6:45 that night, so we'd have like 12 hours in which to kill time in lockdown, rather than going there, because we were meant to be spending like 4 days in Athens, like longer than we did previously. So if we're in lockdown and we can't leave the apartment, that's 4 days of us just being stuck in an apartment with a toddler. So yeah, so it's not something we really want to do. My parents have said obviously we can stay as long as we like, so it's just a matter of, one, seeing if that's going to be the case in terms of Athens is still going to be in lockdown, and 2, if that is the case, whether the ferry company will let us change our ticket to being like a couple of days later. Like my husband said, oh, there's a jet going over. Like my husband said, he thinks the most likely thing will be, or what will be the biggest factor for us in terms of, because they're only working, I think it's 50% capacity, the ferries. So obviously if the ferry is fully booked, then we might not be able to get on it, but at least we'll have the flexibility, because we fly out on the Monday, so we can either get the Sunday night or the Saturday night. And I said to my husband, I don't mind if we have to stay in Athens one night, but I just really don't want to have to spend like 4 days in a city where we just can't leave the apartment, especially because they don't really have the best of amenities in terms of, you have a hob that you can boil water on. That's it. You don't have a microwave, you don't have an oven or anything like that, so it would be very, very difficult for us to actually be able to stay there for 4 days and not like just go starve to death sort of thing. And also like leaving the house to go shopping and stuff. So yeah, so it all basically, we're again, it's just relying on what happens on the 30th. So that's currently how things stand. So yeah, so it's just a matter of seeing what happens there. But yes, so good news is at least we have a date for internet. Whether or not we're going to be able to enjoy it is another thing. I think that was it that I wanted to say. Me and my mum have got to try and go shopping today in this wind, because there's a thing with my parents that they don't trust the tap water here. They'll have it in their tea and like hot drinks, and obviously use it in cooking and stuff when it's being boiled, but they won't drink it directly from the tap. I have no problem with it, but I don't really drink a lot of water. I'm more into like fruit juice and stuff. But yes, so they've been buying a lot of bottled water, and they've obviously completely run out, especially because Bubs is having the bottled water as well, because I don't really want to risk him getting an upset tummy with the tap water. Like I said, I don't mind doing it, but yeah, but I only kind of use it just to take my tablets and stuff. But yeah, I don't want it to upset Bubs' stomach, so he's been having a lot of bottled water. So today we've got to try, because we've got no car, we have to try and lug home like several bottles of water, so that'll be fun. I think that's why we decided to take the buggy, because we've not been taking it recently. We've just let Bubs walk just so we can tire him out, and he gets really finicky about the buggy in terms of he has to push it. No one else can push it, he has to push it, but then he like pushes it into like the road or into a wall and stuff, because he just doesn't have a sense of direction. So yeah, it just sort of is one less headache to have to worry about. But obviously today it's unavoidable if we want to be able to buy a load of water. Especially where we are as well, it's really difficult not having a car, because the hills are so steep. My dad's just been out on his bike. He brought his bike over. He's not ridden for years, but he had it done up before they left, just to make sure obviously he could use it. It weren't going to just like fall apart because of the amount of rust on it. And he said the wind is really strong, like he went around one corner and he knocked him off his bike. And also he said it's going to take a lot of getting used to riding up those hills, because they're so steep, and even the ones that aren't steep, they just go on forever, so it's a lot of pedalling. So but yeah, I don't know if you can hear that. There's a load of jets that go over every so often, and you can never see them, but you can always hear them. So but yeah, it's a really beautiful day today. I'm currently sat in our bedroom, well, what the room that is currently our bedroom. But this is our view, but you can see it's a lovely day. Looking at some old water tanks that don't get used. I don't know if you saw any of that, because the screen just went black. But yeah, so I think I'm gonna end it there. Hopefully I'll have an update for you guys later maybe, but I won't be able to vlog outside because it's just so windy. But yeah, anyway, I will speak to you later if there's any update. Good morning guys, I don't know if you can hear me, either over the wind or the seagulls. Lovely run today, really hard still, but I did better than I did the other day. I actually managed to do 4k, but I was hoping to do 5, but I did start to feel like really sick. So yeah, it's another really windy day today, but not as windy, nowhere near as windy as yesterday, or Tuesday when I did my other run.
But yeah, so I don't really know what else to talk about, especially while it's this windy. I've been having a lot of trouble with my knee the last few days, but it was fine on the run, which is weird. If anything, it was like my calves that were playing up. But yeah, can't think if there was something else I was going to say. No, I really can't think of anything. So yeah, I think I'll just end it there and hopefully speak to you later. Probably go out for, my dad's picking up a rental car today. So, because they're going to Timbaki, I think, tomorrow, to pick up all their documents that they need for their residency and also to sort out their Greek account, because they have one set up, but it's in the lawyer's name at the moment, so they need to get it into their name. So then they can get the residency sorted, and then once the residency is sorted, they can buy their car rather than paying a fortune for rental. So everything's slowly coming together. I think I said about the fact that we might be staying a bit longer because if Athens is still in lockdown. So yeah, I don't really think there's anything else really to say. Yeah, I think I'll leave it there. But I'm just really thirsty and really tired, so yeah, I need to get back. So I'll speak to you later.
Good morning, guys. It's Friday, Black Friday of all things. So me and my husband are constantly just scanning Amazon and other shops to see if we can find any Christmas presents right now. Not really seen anything because we just have not got a clue what to get Bubs this year because he has so many toys, so many clothes. It's just like, what else can we get him? Without him completely taking over our living room. So yeah, we're kind of just in that bind of wondering what we can actually get him, and obviously other people as well. So I was looking at, because I definitely need a new pair of running shoes. But again, I'm in that sort of frame of mind that I'd rather go, because I'm planning to go to the shop Decathlon, which I don't know if anyone else or like people that are not in the UK know it. It's basically just like a sports and outdoor shop. So, but apparently they're really good for running shoes. And I'm pretty sure someone said it's Decathlon, where they actually have a running track so they can actually see how you run and track your footfall and stuff, so they can see what the best shoes will be for your feet. So rather than buying online, I'd rather actually go into the shop, but that's fine because they didn't really have anything running shoe wise. They had a few, but not any that really stuck out to me. But again, like I said, I'd rather try them on actually in the shop than buying them online, like trusting buying them online. But I might buy myself like a thermal running top, because obviously by the time I go back it's going to be absolutely freezing, so it might be worth me finding one of them. But yeah, so that's that. But we had a major update yesterday. I was going to vlog about it but never had an opportunity to be by myself to actually vlog about it. So it's official that Greece is now rolling over their lockdown for an extra week. So basically the day we go home will be the day that they actually come out of lockdown, rather than the week before we come home, which is annoying. So my husband has got in touch with the ferry company to actually see if we can change our ferry trip over to Athens to be basically as close to when we fly home as possible, so we're not having to spend lockdown in Athens, like stuck in an apartment. They don't sail out because we fly out on a Monday evening. So you'd think we'd get the ferry Sunday night because it's an overnight ferry. So we get it Sunday night and then basically go straight to the airport, or speak to our friend, the Airbnb host guy, and stay at his apartment for a couple of hours. But unfortunately, the ferries don't sail out on a Sunday, so we'll have to get it on a Saturday, which would mean another night in Athens, but I'm not too fussed about that. So yeah, we're actually going to see if they come back to us and let us change our ferry time again. Obviously we don't mind paying an admin fee because obviously it's all the uncertainty and stuff, but it also saves us money on our Athens apartment. So again, we'll just see. So we're hoping the lady that my husband was speaking to, she's been on holiday, so we're hoping that Monday is when she comes back off holiday. So hopefully we'll hear from her. So then once we get confirmation from her, then we can speak to the Airbnb host to say, like, because obviously until she said, like, she might turn around and say no, you can't change it anymore, or hopefully she'll be more understanding and let us change it. So yeah, we'll just see. But obviously we'll have to let the Airbnb host know whether or not we're staying like the 4 nights or just the 1 night. So yeah, we'll just have to see. So that's how things currently stand. My dad went and got their car yesterday, the rental car, so we were able to go to the big shop to get some, like, to stock up on stuff. So that was that. No, not really much to talk about. And but me and my mum had gone out earlier while my dad was out getting the car, because he had to we had to get a cab to Heraklion to actually pick up the car, which is an hour and a half each way. So obviously he was away for a while. So so me and my mum popped out to get some bread for lunch. And obviously we take Bubs with us, and there's this old Greek lady, like typically old Greek lady, head to toe in like black, and she's got her white hair sort of tied up in a bun and stuff, and she's so lovely. She absolutely loves him. As soon as she sees him, she just starts like spewing in Greek to him, and it's like, what are you going on about? I don't understand. But the last time so not yesterday but the day before, when we walked down there, she had this bag of like bread, what we thought was bread, but we think it was like a sweetbread, because he just wolfed it down. She gave him like a big chunk of it, and he was just like gnawing on it, and he absolutely loved it. And then yesterday when she saw him, she was gushing over him again, and she gave him a cheese pie. It was so cute. So yeah, so he had a cheese pie offer. She absolutely adored him. But yeah, it's just so sweet. Anyway, so yeah, so we went shopping yesterday. My parents, because the reason my parents got a rental car yesterday is because today they're actually heading into Rethymnon. Because they have to go and see their lawyer, because my dad has no printer and they have a lot they need to print out document wise for their residency, so they've asked her to do it. So they need to go and see her, but they're also getting their Greek bank account sorted as well, because obviously that's one of the things they need to sort out their residency, and also so that my dad can buy a car. So yeah, so that's all being done today. Also, we're still waiting on the internet, but that should be Tuesday. So yeah, it's slowly coming together. The weather seems to be really nice today. No wind, because we definitely can't hear it. So yeah, hopefully it'll be a nice day. So obviously, originally the plan was that I was going to go with my parents, but it's just a bit, you just don't know. So because my husband looked it up just to confirm, and you can't, apparently you can only have a driver plus one in a car in general use. It's only in extenuating circumstances that you can have more than one other person in the car with you. So there's that. There's also the fact that Rethymnon will be completely shut. Even though I love Rethymnon, I love walking around Rethymnon, nothing's going to be open. And also, if I get caught there, like by a policeman, it's going to be like, oh, why are you here? Why are you not in your town where you're staying, sort of thing. So yeah, it's just not worth the risk. So yeah, I'm going to take Bubs for a walk later when he's up, because he's still asleep. So yeah, so I'll take him for a walk later, like what me and my mum normally do, and then that'll be it. And I think my parents are gonna probably stop off and get some more shopping on their way back. But yeah, so that's currently how things stand. So I think I'm just gonna get ready just to so I'm not in my PJs anymore, and just try and make the most of the lovely weather today. So see if I'll probably blind you all with the light. Let's see. That's the current way the weather looks. So yeah, no, you can't see me. But yeah, so that's how things stand. As it's Friday, my husband's still working, but I'll be on and off Amazon, I think, to look at Black Friday deals to see if there's any presents we can get for cheap. So, and Bubs is stirring, so I better head off. So hopefully I might just speak to you later, or you can join me out on our little excursion and a little walk. So speak to you later.
Whoa. Whoa.
Yeah, Steady, steady. Ready, catch. Whee!
I'm supposed to catch it, Bubba. So, hello everyone. So it's Saturday morning, lunchtime, and it marks technically probably our last week with my parents. We're still unsure because we haven't heard back from the ferry company whether or not we can change our ferry to Saturday night instead of Wednesday night. But my husband's going to ring them Monday to make sure that it is okay for us to do that, because obviously, yeah, because we'll then have 2 days left until we have to get the ferry, so hopefully we can sort it out. The last few days have been, or today and yesterday, have been absolutely gorgeous in terms of weather. No clouds in the sky, I don't know if you can see. Absolutely no clouds in the sky, and it's very little breeze, and sun's been like shining down on us. It's been absolutely lovely. So yeah, so it's nice to make the most of it. So like yesterday we just spent pretty much, like, we had lunch because my parents sorted out their bank account and everything, so that's all sorted. They rang the police station where they have to go and sort out their residency. And they said to book an appointment after lockdown. Obviously they can't go there until after lockdown. So yes, they can't really do anything about it right now. But yeah, because my parents are out, my husband went and sat up on the roof and did his work on the roof. We put the awning over so he didn't get too hot and his laptop didn't get too hot. And it was just lovely just spending like most of the day up there, and Bubs was like running around having the time of his life. So we just had to come down when it got chilly, and then we went out, got our takeaway, and it was absolutely dead considering it was a Friday night. But then I don't know if that's just like a UK thing. Friday night is the night you go out and have a takeaway. But I imagine it will be more lively tonight because it's Saturday. But we won't know because we're having a home cooked meal. But yeah, my family's currently up on the roof, hence why I've come down to vlog quick. I'm trying to think what else has gone on. I've got this blister on like my little toe. Considering I've been mostly wearing flip-flops, I've got no idea how it's got there. It's like never rubbed there before, so no idea. Oh, and we kind of made the most of Black Friday. So my husband has bought me some new Bluetooth earbuds for when I'm running. So hopefully they'll be good, because I looked up best running running headphones, or best headphones for running, and they were the top one to come up. So so I've got those, so I can do a review once I've got them. What else? We bought Bubs a puzzle, but this was not on the high street. Wasn't on Amazon. It's a puzzle we've looked at for ages. Like ever since we saw it at the York Christmas market last year. We've always tried to get it, but we've never been able to find it. But we found it not on the high street. We found it not on the high street, and it's basically like this big chunky wooden puzzle, and it's of United Kingdom, so it's all the counties make up one piece of the puzzle. So I thought it was a really educational one to like actually, so he can learn where all the counties are. So he might not appreciate it now, but hopefully we'll later down the line, as soon as I'm looking to home educate him as well. So that's one thing. I'm pretty sure there's more things. I've got my husband some stuff. I've also looked, there's another thing I'm going to get him, obviously I can't say because he watches these videos, but I literally thought of one other thing that I need to get him, so I'll get that at some point. I just need to do a bit more research. Also, I ordered him the 4K edition of Back to the Future trilogy, because that came out I think in October, so that's his main Christmas present. I think what else. We looked at trainers, like running shoes for me, but again it's one of those things that I would rather go in the shop and get measured up and stuff, and I think that's what we want to get Bubs as well for Christmas, some shoes, but we want to get him measured up properly first before we buy any. That's it really. I think we were looking at buying him a wooden kitchen as like his main present for Christmas, but we just don't have the space, so yeah, it's not sure what's going to happen, but I've decided we're going to have a major sort out of the living room and of his bedroom when we go home, because one, we have to move the living room around to put the Christmas tree up, but also yeah, just get rid of a load of stuff that he doesn't play with anymore, or just like put it in his toy box upstairs. So because I want to start encouraging him to play more in his room. So obviously when I'm with him, but also because my husband's going to be mostly working from home as well. So it means that that obviously we'll be up there with him when he plays. It's not like we're both going to be downstairs when he's upstairs. So yeah, I really can't think of anything else. We've gone up into town today to get our shopping, but that's it. It's also the thing of, like I was saying to my mum, I'm going to have to do a big shop probably once we find out what's happening with the ferries, so we don't actually have to go out shopping in Athens. If we take a load with us, then we don't actually have to go out and buy anything while we're stuck in the apartment, because I'd rather not have to fuss about with the police asking us why we're out when we're supposed to be in lockdown and stuff. So yeah, so other than that I can't really think of anything else to say. I might see if I can get some footage of us having fun on the balcony, but we'll see. But yeah, so on that note, I'll just say hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, then please leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already. You can also follow me on social media, all the links will be down below. And on that note, I'll say love you guys, and I shall see you in the next video.